right, hello and welcome to another episode of TGIF Renegades.
Coming at you!
Are you
Oh!
Another
like that?
That was
Whoa! Flamingo! Calm down, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
You really launched that
Yeah.
ball.
Sorry, bud.
I am Kenny.
And I am Alex. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Sorry, it sounds so weird
You're
today.
really revved up tonight, aren't you? All right, welcome back for another show full of reviewing two iconic shows from TGIF on ABC, Full House and Family Matters. We have an amazing show lined up for you this fine Friday. Our episode is entitled The Miracle
Of things?
No, this is The Miracle of Stakeout.
Do that again.
No, we're not doing it again.
Of stakeout. Man, I'm really hungry for a steak now.
I know. I'm confused whether to be hungry for turkey or steak. I'm really excited for these episodes because The Miracle of Thanksgiving is probably one of my favorite episodes of Full House.
Yeah, same here.
And it's not really because actually the episode really sucks. When you watch it, it sucks, but it gives me something to look forward to on Thanksgiving every year.
That's true.
Other than eating a bunch of food.
I always wake up at like 6 in the morning and watch it.
Yeah. So, and then Stakeout was really good too.
Yeah.
It was.
These are probably fine. We're finally getting into like funny. I actually laughed at both episodes.
Yeah. They're both good. But so real quick before we truly get into the show, I have to quickly say that we missed, and I'm really upset at myself. We really missed a big bit of trivia 2 weeks ago.
Did somebody call us out?
Somebody called us out. And I forgot to mention it last week, but my brother-in-law, Matt, pointed out to me.
Matt, coming out with the...
Matt, coming at ya! He mentioned to me that the Sandman, Ernie Hudson, know where he was born?
Well, I'm guessing Michigan.
Benton Harbor.
Really?
And I missed it.
Oh, wow.
He said that to me, and I was ticked. So, yeah, I'm pretty ticked, but thank you, Matt, for pointing out.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, and it just shows that we're human. I know everyone out there thinks we're just amazing people.
Yeah, I mean,
but we miss things from time to time, and that's one of them.
Can I just point out that, I mean, at least Matt's nice about it. So,
that's true.
So my sister Brooke just blatantly calls me out on Facebook every time I mess up something.
Well,
that's not true. So
that was probably her calling you out right now.
Yeah, probably.
So on that note, with the trivia, so since I love me some trivia, and hopefully can get them right.
Otherwise, Matt's going to call you out more often.
Yeah. But so since I love trivia, I'm going to start doing a new sort of segment each week.
Oh.
Which
this is news to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to start us off with a little show, like Full House Family Matters trivia.
Okay.
Or like an actor trivia.
Okay.
Just kind of whatever I feel like doing.
Yeah, this sounds like it's all about you now.
Yeah, it's all about me. So it's not going to be necessarily pertaining to the episode that we're on. That's saved for my later trivia. But this is like, behind the scenes of Full House or behind the scenes of Family Matters.
Gotcha.
And so for this week, I'm going to actually start out with Full House.
Okay.
Did you know that before Full House, Dave Coulier and Bob Saget became friends through the L.A. comedy circuit?
Oh.
So this was like, I think it said like 1981.
I mean, I didn't know, but it does make sense, though, right?
Yeah. And Dave Coulier actually lived at Bob Saget's house and slept on the couch in his early days as a struggling comedian. And so then they basically took that.
Oh, is that kind of...
That must be why he sleeps in the alcove on Full House.
That's great trivia.
Yeah. I kind of knew that they were friends. I think I had read that a while back.
Yeah.
All right. So with that trivia out of the way, I know you're so wanting to get into that beer. With that said, Alex, it's time to crack open a beer and get into this because it's TGIF.
I just couldn't wait.
Right, and so
it didn't really crack really good.
No, it didn't. But so we're gonna start with Full House, and because we're starting with Full House, I got a comment.
Yep.
Where the episode is season 1, episode 9, The Miracle of Thanksgiving. And you are dressed as a turkey.
Gobble, gobble. So I am dressed as a turkey. I guess a lot of people don't know this, but since my nephew was born, I have always dressed as a turkey for me and Kenny's family Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Well, the point was when my nephews and little cousins grow up, when they bring over their significant others, and I'm in my 50s, 60s?
Yeah.
They're like, spouses are going to be like,
what the hell is going on?
Who is that? Why is that guy dressed as a turkey?
AJ's going to be so embarrassed.
Yeah. He's going to have to tell his future girlfriend or wife that yeah, my dad's a little weird that he dresses up as a turkey.
Yeah.
But it still fits really good.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Got a lot of expanding to do.
Yeah,
so.
It's gotten a little tighter over the years.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit.
All right. So the Miracle of Thanksgiving. The date this one aired was November 20th, 1987. And IMDb rating, 7.1. So, again, no cold open still. I can't wait for them to start doing cold opens because...
Yeah, you love these cold opens.
Yeah, well, that and when I turn on Full House on Hulu,
yeah,
the first thing I see is Michelle's face smiling. And so,
isn't she in the back of the Corvette?
Yeah, she's in the Corvette.
Or convertible, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm going to get called out now. I don't know what it is.
And it's like a big old smile, but
whatever happened to the facilities?
So I just can't wait for it not to be the first thing I see.
Right, yeah. Because immediately you just want to turn it off.
Yeah, exactly.
No wonder they're only getting 7.1.
Yeah. You need a cold open. But
yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So
I need a cold beer.
But this episode doesn't help because we start our episode in Michelle's room with Danny slowly opening the door with a stupid homemade hand puppet turkey. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. And Michelle, wide awake in her room.
Yeah. Been there for hours.
Smiles as Danny peeks in and tells her she has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity as a baby to surprise everyone at dinner by saying, turkey. Turkey.
Yeah, honestly.
He says it several times. Turkey, 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 turkey. Then, did you find it as weird as it quickly and weirdly pans into Uncle Jesse's room with him
yeah.
It was just turkey, 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 whoop, it's Uncle Jesse's room. And he's sleeping in his bed. And it looks like he had a long night.
Well, yeah, I mean, isn't that one of the biggest drinking days is the day before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, biggest bar night of the year. He is hungover, and he looks it.
He's in rough shape.
Yeah. In comes Danny with Michelle, and he plops her right on his face. On the back of his head or whatever.
I'd be so pissed.
Oh, yeah. No. Don't do that, Danny. I'm already here taking care of everything for you.
I can have one drunken night where I don't have to worry about these damn kids in the morning, Danny.
And why do you wake him up at 7 in the morning? He has the day off of work, probably. Let the man sleep in.
Kenny, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, everyone knows you get up at 7 a.m.
Yeah, duh.
Uncle Jesse's mad that he's woken up, and Danny tells him he has a little problem and needs Uncle Jesse and Joey's help at 7 in the morning. So
Get this butterball off me!
Yeah.
That's what Jesse says.
Yeah. And they head downstairs, and now it shows Joey sleeping in the alcove, like I mentioned earlier.
And the mannequin, I'm sure, is wearing the same clothes as
nightcap and all.
Yep.
And when Danny says to wake up, Joey pops up all chipper. Hey, good morning. What a great day to be alive. What? How stupid.
Was he even sleeping? Like, wait, is he like Michelle and has to wait for Danny to come wake him up?
Please, yes.
I bet that's what it is.
But I find it weird that Joey wasn't out late drinking last night.
No, well, probably because he had to watch the girls, so Danny could go film some Thanksgiving special.
Yeah, I guess so. But, Joey's the big, heavy drinker in the,
the
family.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That is true.
I would think he'd be the one.
He drinks at home by himself. That's what it is.
Yeah. But, so Joey's all chipper, and Uncle Jesse's pissed that Joey doesn't, wake up normally. And now Danny says for them to brace themselves. It's snowing in Tacoma. And Uncle Jesse's like, no. He doesn't really care. Well, Grandma Claire lives in Tacoma. And so she is snowed in and can't make the trip to make it to the Thanksgiving meal.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Where is Tacoma, by the way?
Washington.
Okay.
So is that the next state up?
Oregon is between California and...
Oh, check you out.
Don't look at me.
Damn, dude.
Mr. Geographic over here.
Yeah.
I watch it a lot of National Geographic. So
yeah. Well, you didn't know where Tacoma was, so don't brag on yourself too much.
Well, that's a city.
Yeah.
I know states.
Oh, okay. I'll give you that one. So Joey says, it's no problem. We can make that 7-course meal ourselves. How, you ask? The miracle of Thanksgiving.
I want to bash my head against the wall.
I know.
So that's number one.
Yeah, that was the first time they said it.
Yep.
Yeah. So Jesse says he's a moron. And that
Thank you.
Yeah. And there's no miracle of Thanksgiving. And Joey retorts by saying, is that the right word? Retort? Do you know? Sure.
Rebel? No.
You don't know.
No, I don't know. I almost had you.
Yeah. Joey says, suppose the Pilgrims landed in Florida. We'd be eating flamingo for dinner.
But they're talking shit about you.
He didn't mean it, flamingo.
Yeah. Jackass.
But that's true. But how stupid, though.
Wait, well, no. If they did land in Florida, though, would they, though?
Maybe. Joey could be on something.
Well, what else? Or they could have alligator.
Alligator.
Ooh, wow.
That would have been awesome.
That would have been cool. That would have been great.
Tougher to get, probably.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, on Thanksgiving, you can have turkey not on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, right.
But alligator, you probably will only have alligator. That would be, make it even more special.
Yeah, it would. That would.
Instead of going gobble, 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 you would go...
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Yes! Okay, yes, we're having alligator.
Yes. Galler family Thanksgiving is going to be alligator for 2021.
Yep. Can't wait.
Yes. Anyway, back on to the great episode. Danny says all he knows is everything has to be perfect for the girls since it's the first Thanksgiving without Pam, their mother. Uncle Jesse, now you can see it. It hits him in the sweet spot.
Yeah,
and
he sobers up quick.
And he's like, yeah, we got to make this special. And Joey says, it will be, because the miracle of Thanksgiving. You gotta get more excited about this, Alex.
Next one, I promise I will. That's 2, by the way, for old Joey.
Yeah.
Joey Gladstone.
We switch scenes and go to the kitchen where the guys are looking at a table full of food. Tons of food.
Can I have food in that fridge?
No. Maybe they have a backup fridge in the garage.
No.
Downstairs.
No.
Yeah.
I
didn't see one.
I thought before, they just went to the grocery store real quick, but no, they didn't. It's all from the fridge.
They probably had it for Grandma Claire.
Yeah. When are we going to bring up that, like, they're preparing everything today on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, that's just not how you do Thanksgiving. No. So everything's ready for being cooked, and apparently they know a quick way to do it. And Danny is trying to pep them up. He's like saying, we can do this, guys. We can cook this fine meal all by ourselves. But Uncle Jesse is saying there's no way. He may be hungover, but he knows what he's talking about. And Joey starts reading out of the cookbook to figure it out. And the guys...
Betty Crocker,
Yep,
at their service.
Yep. And the guys have no idea what to do with these crazy instructions and this stupid... Did you realize... Like, flip to page 77 for the... I thought that was ridiculous.
Man, I'm going to get in some big trouble here. But, I mean, besides cooking the turkey, like, is the rest of the stuff really that hard to make? I mean, you pop some corn on the stove.
Well, they were going to do, like, stuffing from scratch. It sounded like...
stupid.
Yeah. I mean, why... I mean, just to give the home feel, I guess, is what they were trying to make it perfect for the girl.
Make it for Pam.
But now Joey says they aren't going to be able to do this. And Jesse says, what about the miracle? Do-do-do-do, and the horn thing, Thanksgiving.
I'm at that point right now.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love this band.
Yeah. And Joey says, if they can get a reservation at a restaurant, that is their miracle. And... in come the girl, and big bad biker mama. That is one of the most pointless
scenes.
Like,
it makes no sense.
No, it was just to get cute Michelle riding in on a little bike thing
to do a little wheelie.
Yeah, pop a wheelie like I showed you.
Just to get her ass on TV.
Yep. Yep. But Danny breaks the news that Grandma isn't coming. But they'll get reservations at the best restaurant in town. He already can promise it's going to be the best restaurant.
Best? Like, what?
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Man, he can pull some strings.
If he thought he could prepare the Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day, he thinks he can just get a reservation at the best restaurant.
Yes, so.
Then there's the stupid...
Stephanie is pumped.
Yeah,
right?
Oh yeah. Well, this is where the stupid, super great thing is. How's this Thanksgiving gonna be? Super great!
She's so excited.
DJ for the win, or whatever he says. And she's all like pissy about it. Yeah, then Stephanie's like, time's up! What do I win? And DJ says the idea stinks. Mom always cooked a home-cooked meal, and she still wants it.
I hate to be the elephant in the room, but Mom's dead.
Yeah.
So,
Mom ain't here to cook it for you, lady. Yeah. So,
yikes.
DJ says she knows how to make the picture-perfect pumpkin pie. Her mom told her last year that she how to do it. So she could do that, and she was going to be mostly in charge of the turkey anyways.
Because she talked on the phone with Grandma Claire last night.
Yeah. Was Grandma Claire not aware of the weather report?
Yeah, probably not.
She couldn't have even, and she was going to fly on Thanksgiving Day to prepare this stuff. What time were they going to eat Thanksgiving dinner?
That's what I want to know.
This is going to be a midnight meal, midnight snack, Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, they'll just snack on popcorn for the rest of the day.
They still have it left over from the Wizard of Oz.
That stale-ass popcorn.
Danny, now, he's like all pumped behind this idea. He's like, we can do this. He'll make the stuffing. Uncle Jesse says he can do pretty amazing things with a yam. And Joey is known as Mr. Vegetable in many parts of the world.
Yeah, well,
what the hell does that mean?
What is those? Am I that dumb where I don't understand?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, good. That was one of those things where, the audience was laughing, and I was just like, wait a minute. Should I understand what the hell is going on?
No.
Good.
And Joey is feeling the miracle of Thanksgiving. Yes, thank you. Then he goes into the weird voice imitating. Do you find that as weird as I do? Where you go, do you feel it? We feel it! Are you ready? We're ready! I
I do kind of remember it now.
I don't get...
It made no sense!
No, and I tried looking it up, and I couldn't figure it out. But I didn't want to spend too much time, because I hate that part.
It's just to get him more damn time
making voices.
Yep. Oh, God.
He loves his voices. Now, the best part is the singing montage. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Dun, 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 dun. Hey! Get ready, 'cause here I come.
So yeah, that was a nice shout out to the Temptations there.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one.
They spent more time choreographing that whole thing. I don't know what the hell all went on, but I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, they did spend more time choreographing than doing the cooking.
But they got it all done!
Oh, yeah, everything was done. So they're all excited, and the guys go to carve the turkey while DJ raves. They're sitting at the table, DJ, Stephanie, and Danny, and Michelle. And DJ's like raving about how amazing this is going to be. And her little smile. This is going to be so great. I didn't think I could do it, but then I realized that
I'm a badass.
And who needs mom?
Yeah, who needs mom to cook Thanksgiving?
We didn't need mom all those years. This is getting horrible. I better stop before
it's Thanksgiving, Kenny.
But as the guys go to carve the turkey, they realize it's frozen.
No shit. What, 2 hours in the oven for a turkey wasn't long enough, huh?
Yeah. Now Danny sees that they're tapping on the turkey and holding a bag of ice and tapping on the turkey to indicate that it's frozen. And Danny was complimenting the girls, but now he's like, We get back from the commercial break, because they leave us with a commercial to be worried. What are they going to do? They can't just tell them they need to actually cook a turkey in order to eat it. We got to come up with some elaborate lie. We get back, and Danny jumps up to talk to the guys, and DJ starts like freaking out. Is something wrong with my turkey? He shoves it back into the oven, and he's like, it just needs a few more minutes. You know how I love that extra crispy skin.
What a good lie.
Yeah. And just then the doorbell rings. And I love how he like weasels out of it. Like
yeah.
Who's at the door? Let's all go find out.
It's so weird. Why does everybody have to go to the door?
I don't get it.
So stupid.
Yeah. But he makes them all go to the door, and Danny answers the door, and it's two women holding a turkey. And Danny, by looking at the women, says, "These must be your friends, Jesse." which he's used that line already.
Yeah.
He did that with, was it Adriana?
Yes.
I think it was, yeah. And the ladies introduced themselves, Paula and Alexandra.
Oh.
Alexandra sounds up Jesse's alley there.
Yeah.
The
Paula,
name.
Paula does not.
No, Paula's too normal of a name. Danny introduces everyone.
Yeah, I don't even understand that.
Yeah.
Why is he introducing them?
Yeah.
Like, they don't give a shit who these people are.
They just walked into some random house.
Yeah.
And they're, whatever. But they were looking for 1882 Gerard and Uncle Henry. And
Uncle Henry.
Yep. And now they need to use the phone since they obviously need to figure out where the hell to go.
They just walked into this creepy household with 3 guys and 3 girls.
Yeah. And they say their hot turkey is getting cold. So Danny tells the girls, the Stephanie and DJ, and he hands Michelle to DJ probably. And he says, go up and wash your hands. And Stephanie's like, we already washed them. And he's like, yeah, but they're not Thanksgiving clean. Which is that Danny's
OCD?
Yep.
Kicking in.
Yeah. He tells the guys, this is the miracle of Thanksgiving. This turkey was meant for us. Now, mind you, these girls are on the phone, and 3 guys sent the girls off up the stairs.
And now they're
huddled.
creepily huddled together. Yeah.
It's so weird. There's only one person that can convince these women to stay. And he looks over at Jesse. Although after last episode,
it should have been
Joey. Joey's had a better track record of picking up new chicks, I think. But does this mean maybe he looks at Uncle Jesse because Joey's tied down at the moment? Have they went on date? Karina and Joey, have they been an item?
Yeah.
So obviously Jesse's the one to pick up.
Yeah, that's a good thinking.
I mean, we haven't heard Karina was invited for Thanksgiving, though. So
no.
I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens with this relationship. Yeah. My guess is nothing. But
the one night thing. One day, yeah.
Jesse tells Danny to dim the lights and tells Joey to go get drinks.
Make them extra strong, like you usually do. Yeah. But dim the lights?
Yeah, that's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Do they have a dimmer in the living room?
I guess.
But Joey says he'll go make his traditional pumpkin margaritas. Then they kind of look at him and he's like, all right, fine, I'll just make regular margaritas or whatever he says, or regular drink. I can't remember what he says. But I was disappointed that I don't see any
margaritas?
Pumpkin margaritas.
I'm sorry.
Joey leaves as the ladies start to try and leave out the front door. Like Joey leaves to the kitchen. And Jesse stops them and asks why they should leave to Uncle Henry's since they can't even find it. And they could just stay here.
So now these girls, if I were these girls, I'd be like, what do we need? Like, what are we going to do now? Do you have your, Alexander, do you got your mace in your purse? Like, I'd be freaking out now. Yeah.
So the girls say after Jesse creepily tells them to stay, they say, because our husbands wouldn't like it. Which, that blows up. Their husbands are already there, but they were fine walking into a random house. I don't get it.
So, let me get this straight. The husbands are at Uncle Henry's house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Without their wives.
Right.
Okay.
And their wives don't know where Uncle Henry lives.
Who is related to Uncle Henry?
Whose uncle is this?
So is Paula and Alexandria sisters? They don't look. So are the husbands brothers?
Maybe. And it's Uncle. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't make any sense.
Why? What were the 2 women doing by themselves? Like without their husband?
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving,
making the turkey. They had to stay late to make the turkey. The husbands went to watch football. Yeah, you're making it a little more crazy than it needs to be, I think.
Okay. It just seems really
Although
weird.
It does seem weird.
Yeah.
That they wouldn't know where Uncle Henry lived, but they prepared the turkey for Uncle Henry.
Okay, see, now I was messing up. This is where I was talking about them bringing the turkey into the house. Because, like, why wouldn't... I thought the husbands were with them waiting in the vehicle.
Oh.
That's what I thought.
That would be weird.
Yeah. And they just let the girls randomly go up there.
Yeah, that would be really weird.
Okay. So, never mind. No, I understand why the turkey...
Yeah, okay, we figured it out.
Yeah.
So, Jesse, after they say that, Jesse quick runs over to Danny and says, "Ball's in your court." Actually, I don't think he says that. I think I just wrote that.
That's great.
Either way, sounds like a Jesse thing to say. If he didn't, he should have. Danny offers $100 for the turkey as they're, like, leaving.
Woo!
And they're like, excuse me? And then he's like, $125.
He did say turkey, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah. Then he goes to 140, then 150, and they're like, they're intrigued. They're listening. And now we switch to the kitchen where Joey is preparing the drinks. And this is alcoholic Joey, remember? Yeah. So
he's already a little loopy.
Yeah, because he's filling the glasses. He then takes a drink and sticks his tongue into the bottle to get every drop. I know.
Do it. You're gonna talk like him, right? Though through this whole segment.
Yeah. So he gets his tongue stuck in the bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know why he has to cram his whole tongue into the bottle.
Was it because he was trying to get every...
Yeah, it was because he was trying to get the drops out, but like, your tongue in there? Yeah. Danny yells for him from the other room, and he tries to use the desk drawer to get the bottle off.
Yeah.
Then he tries to stick it through a chair, and like holding the chair, he's trying to pull the bottle from his tongue, and he's like grunting, trying to get it out. And then while he's doing that, he sees smoke from the oven. And instead of being like a normal person and putting the chair down and getting the bottle out of the chair, he freaks out, runs into the living room yelling and making fire truck noises. He can do that while his tongue is stuck. So while doing that noise, he runs in, and the girls say, "What planet did we land on?" And they like sprint out of the house as Danny's like shouting, 175! 200! Those girls lost $200 because of Joey.
Being an idiot!
Yeah, it was stupid. And Uncle Jesse says, "Well, what is it, Lassie? What is it, girl?" And Joey starts like pushing. He can make the fire truck noises with it on his face. Yeah, but he can't like try and like calmly do anything.
Yeah, he's freaking out.
It was smoke. It wasn't fire. It wasn't like Carl.
Yeah.
With the toaster on fire.
Yeah.
Now that you freak out about.
Yeah.
Smoke from the oven. You got a little time, I think.
I still don't understand why. Like, he needs that much help from other people.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, he can't do anything for himself, I guess.
Right. And the other thing is, how long has this conversation been going on that they were in the living room, the turkey was frozen, and now it's billowing smoke?
Well, so here's the thing on that.
Oh, gosh.
And you will say this in a little bit here. Danny turned the oven all the way up.
Okay.
So, I mean, really, the outer layer of the turkey could have been thawed.
Oh, okay.
And the inner layer is still frozen.
I get you.
So, it could
crisps up the outer part. Okay. You got me on that. I don't know enough about turkeys.
Darn tootin' I do.
I mean, I guess you lived at your house when your mom prepared Thanksgiving. So
right.
We don't have to worry about it this year, though. Alligator. So Auntie Cher better get going on how to cook alligator. So anyways, Joey is pushing them to the kitchen, and he kicks Danny's butt, which I just crack up. And Danny gets it out, and it's like burnt to shit.
Yeah.
And
that part, you are right, where like, I cannot believe it's that burnt.
Yeah, like that burnt.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I can see it being a little burnt.
It's charred.
Yeah, this is bad. And then DJ comes down from the kitchen downstairs, or upstairs, and she's all pissed about it. And Danny admits it was frozen and it was his fault. And Stephanie says, "At least we can have the pumpkin pie." And she drops it. I know, it was the worst. My 3-year-old carries stuff better than Stephanie at, what is she, like 5?
5, I think.
It's horrible.
Oh no! Mom's picture perfect pumpkin pie!
And she runs off sad, and then DJ runs off too, because they both ruined Thanksgiving. And Danny says he'll go talk to DJ. And Joey, still with the bottle stuck, says, "No, go talk to Stephanie." And Uncle Jesse says, "You take Michelle, I'll talk to Stephanie." And they go, "By the way, you have a bottle stuck on your tongue." Pop!
Pops right off.
Yeah. Then Joey looks at Michelle as he's all amazed that it got off his tongue. And he's like, "The miracle of Thanksgiving."
And he like, what? So that first part, his tongue is numb.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden he's fine.
Right, yeah. And then did you notice after he said that, Michelle goes, "Turkey."
Yeah, I did.
So stupid. Now we're in Danny's room, and this is the first time we've seen Danny's room.
He's a baller. That room
is ginormous.
Yes, it is.
Huge. And DJ feels like she let Mom down, and Danny reassures her that she didn't. Her mom knew. Pam knew Thanksgiving isn't about turkey. It's about family and being thankful for what we have.
Oh, yeah?
And
that's what it's about, huh?
Yeah. So he says that, and then we cue the music, boys!
Are you guys working today on Thanksgiving?
So, with the music playing, he says he's proud of her. She, DJ, is who pulled this all together. He then tells her that he offered $200 to the ladies for their turkeys. Turkeys, not turkeys. What am I thinking? $200 for your turkeys, lady. Oh,
you're gonna make these guys laugh.
Yeah, sorry guys. So $200 to the ladies for their turkey because he felt so bad. And she says, "That's crazy. You should have told the truth and given me the $200. And they hug and laugh. And then Danny thanks her for making him feel better and says her smile reminds him of her mother. And she says, "You know what Mom said? Smiles are free, so give them away."
You know how much that annoys me.
That is the worst. The worst.
Smiles are free, so give them away.
So stupid.
What? I don't even understand.
Well, you smile. You can smile. It's free. You don't pay anything to smile, Alex. So give them away to everyone.
Who wants my smile? My gummy smile? Like, who wants to see that?
Now, in the girls' room, Uncle Jesse's waiting for Stephanie to get out of the closet. Jesse comes into the closet to talk to her, and he tells her it's no big deal, you know, because she says, "It's a pie mistake," and he's like, you know, "It's just a pie mistake." And then he's like, "I'll show you a mistake that I made when I was your age." So he gives her a piggyback ride to his room, and as they're walking, he goes, "It's kind of fun hanging out in the closet." And she cutely says, "You don't get out much, do you?" Which I thought was just so funny.
Little does she know.
Yeah. And they get to his room, and he brings out a photo album. And she says, "Who's that kid with the goofy hair and big ears?" And he's all like, "Hey, it was him." And so he goes on to tell that when he was 5 and Pam was 10, that she told him that she was in beauty school, and she gave him a haircut. And they're laughing, and Danny and DJ come in, and they say, "Want some black turkey and pie a la floor?" It's so stupid.
It's so stupid.
And then they say they'll make a new pie because they have all these ingredients to make 2 pie. I mean, pie crusts aren't like, that's not something that you just keep in your pantry.
For the Tanners, I guess so.
I guess. Danny starts heading out with the girls, and Uncle Jesse looks at the album again and says, "You missed a good Thanksgiving, sis." And then Danny pops in and says, You coming?" And he says, "Yeah," but then Danny looks at the album and comments on it, like, "Yeah, look at how cute she is," or whatever. And Jesse gets all mad, he says, "Let's go." And Danny then realizes that Jesse's upset now and asks, "Hey, do you want to talk about this?" And he forgot, "You spent the most Thanksgivings with Pam out of all of us." Jesse tries to keep on being a badass and breaks, but then he breaks down. And he's like, "When is it going to stop hurting, man?" And
I shouldn't be laughing.
It's so corny, how it's done. But guys, cue it up again. We got a double.
Put your beers down.
Then he says, "I keep thinking the pain is going to go away, but it doesn't." And he says, "I see pictures and think of her. I get this feeling, this empty." Then he breaks down some more, and Danny says he gets it too. But he assures him he doesn't have to go through it alone. Danny says talking about the memories is what keeps her in your heart. Jesse seems to feel a little better, And then he says, everyone knows the story about Pam cutting my hair, but no one knows how I retaliated. And he shows Danny a picture with Pam with red, white, and blue hair, and they have a good laugh. And Danny says, I'm glad you're here, Jesse. And Jesse nods and smiles. So now, down in the kitchen, they are gathered around the table with food. It's still light out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Of course, they didn't do as much cooking this time. Everything was pretty much prepared other than the turkey and the pie. So really just...
So they did do a good job with everything else then.
Apparently, yeah.
So why not just not have the turkey?
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean...
perfect pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I don't get it. But Danny starts a prayer, thanking the Lord for this meal and for being in a family that loves each other. Jesse says, God bless my mom and dad who are in Orange County with all my dad's goofy relatives. And I just have to say, this is the first Thanksgiving without their daughter, and they spend it in Orange County with other relatives besides their grandchildren, son-in-law, and son. And why wasn't Uncle Jesse invited with the other relatives?
Yeah.
Mind you, he's only 24 and unmarried. That's as much as, he's not a kid, but he's kind of a kid in a way.
I didn't even think about that.
But you're on your own for Thanksgiving, son and grandchildren and son-in-law. Come on. And Joey says he is happy to be a part of this family. And God bless my dad and his third wife, Janice, and my mom, who was on a gambling trip in Atlantic City.
Which blew my mind!
Yeah. Mindy seemed like a really nice lady. Not that gambling is a bad thing, necessarily, but
she's obviously addicted to gambling, right?
Yeah, exactly. If you're going to Atlantic City on Thanksgiving and not hanging out with your family? You got a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
So we've talked about Joey being an alcoholic. His dad is on his third wife.
Yeah.
And his mom has gambling problems.
So it makes sense.
So Joey's turned to the bottle as a comfort.
So I do know some people that are that has no family or anything and stuff like that will go to the casino and the casino has Thanksgiving dinner and stuff and everything. And it's really nice. Yeah. So I get that.
I get it.
But it sounds like Mindy is that's not what Mindy's doing there.
Right, no.
She's gambling her life-saving
yeah, because he says, whatever he says, 7 come 11 or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Mindy. She looks like such a...
I thought she was going to be the third grandma.
And now they try to dig into the dark meat, or the really dark meat. And they start passing out plates. At the end. That's all she wrote for the miracle.
Thanksgiving!
And they didn't do it at the end.
Yeah.
You would think after it was pummeled in our faces for the first half of
the episode. In my mind for the rest of my life now.
Every Thanksgiving I'm saying it and everyone in my family hates me. But, so trivia time. This is the only Thanksgiving episode of Full House ever. They don't ever come back to another Thanksgiving.
Oh, I'm thinking of Christmas episodes.
Yeah, Christmas episodes, okay. I think they do quite a few of those. But no, Thanksgiving. This was a one and done Thanksgiving thing. Cool. And then this isn't truly trivia for Full House, but it's a TGIF Renegades trivia involving this episode. Because when you and I first bounced the idea of starting a podcast, and we said, let's do a test run. Let's just see how this would even go.
Yeah.
So you had said, do you know an episode pretty well? And I said that because it was Christmas, after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
I just watched The Miracle of Thanksgiving. And so I'm like, well, let's do it. So this was the first one. We did, whatever it was, 40-minute little thing similar to what we do right now. And that was the first episode we attempted.
Not too many people listen to it, right?
Only you and me, our wives, my sister Tara, and my dad Ron.
Oh, Uber!
They're the only ones, to my knowledge, to listen to it.
I sent it to my sister, but I'm sure she just deleted it and went on with her day. So, yeah.
But they're the only ones that heard the...
yeah, it was great.
And now it's fun every week, Sid.
Yeah.
So,
what's on the mind?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I was thinking about this. That turkey was smoking. So, obviously, we have an issue. There is no smoke detectors in that house.
That's true.
They should have went off if there were smoke detectors.
Yeah, Joey wouldn't have even had to, like, freak out and scare him because it should have been going off. So, you know what scares the crap out of me?
What?
My house, I say new, but I've been there a year. Whoever lived there before put all this, like, high-tech stuff in our house. And our smoke alarm, it's like a lady's voice.
Oh,
it's
wow,
one of those.
That's weird.
And it goes, like, the first time it scared the crap out of us, but it goes, smoke is in the house. It does that, and then it goes, a loud noise, or like something warning that a loud noise will happen.
Oh my gosh.
So then I'm like, Elijah, fan it out, I'm open the window.
Dad, the lady's talking again about smoking.
I'm like, I know, your popcorn's burning, and I'm trying to get through watching Full House.
Oh, your life.
Yeah. But anyways, if they had that, those girls may not have ran out, because then one of the guys could have ran
That's
in.
what I'm saying.
That's true.
They would have been, think about this. They would have been, like, worried, oh my gosh, you know, like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then everybody would have ran into the kitchen and saw that the turkey was burned. Those ladies would have felt so terrible and gave them the turkey.
Wow, that's true. Danny needs to invest in some safety.
He's going to kill everybody in that house.
True.
So that's really it. And so I kind of wanted to start a little news segment called Just Think of Me on a Couch with like teddy bears and everything. This is called Story Time with Alex.
Okay.
So story time here. Do you remember when we were kids? So Grandma used to have Thanksgiving at her place.
Right.
Every Thanksgiving, somebody would get sick.
Or hurt.
Yes, it was either or. Every Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
What was so the one year I was sick.
Yes.
And I was puking, and then you drank a lot of Hawaiian punch.
Yeah. Oh.
And then the next day.
There was Hawaiian punch. It was like Hawaii all over my room.
And then, what was the other one? Brooke knocked into the cabinet downstairs.
Down in the basement, all this glass fell.
Well, and a microwave fell on Tara's head.
Yeah.
But luckily it was just like a big old bump or something.
Yeah. It was great. So, that's
story time.
That's story time for you.
Story time with that. So the next episode of Full House is Joey's Place.
Whoa.
Joey's Place is next. I really like that episode too.
You know what?
They're really hitting their stride, I think.
Yeah, I haven't watched this one too much. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Looking into it.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Looking into it. All right. So now let's hop on in with Paula and Alexandra.
Oh boy.
And we can make a quick stop at Uncle Henry's.
First, and then we got to get the booze.
Yeah, we'll have a bite of turkey. We'll grab a couple beers.
Yeah. And
then we'll over to Chicago.
With them?
Yeah, we can take the girls.
Okay.
So we'll head off to Chicago for a little Family Matters.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Paula. Thanks, Alexandria. Hey, did you guys, Alexandria, you know we have like the same name? We didn't even talk about it on the whole trip.
But, alrighty, so Family Matters. You don't need to crack open another beer?
Oh, hold on. Why is that so far away?
Yeah. Alright, so, now that we're at Family Matters, here we go. Season 1, Episode 9. Title is Stakeout. Did you like this episode?
I did.
I loved it.
I did.
If you haven't seen it and you're listening to us, you gotta watch it because it is hilarious.
It's a good one.
Yeah. And the date of this one was November 24th, 1989. IMDb rating 7.4.
What?
This is the highest for Family Matters, obviously.
Yeah, no.
Almost the highest overall.
And this one should get it.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah. And so in the cold open,
I'm laughing. We haven't started.
The cold open, we're in the living room with Carl jamming out to some music. He's got that music loud.
Okay.
You don't remember this?
Uh-uh.
So the kids rush downstairs, ask him what that noise is. And he gets offended, saying, this is 60s music.
What? Do you know what it was?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Like, it was something, like, it sounded, I thought he was going to be mad that it was like some kind of fancy jazz music.
Yeah.
But it was 60s. He said 60s music. Which, I think of that and I'm like, how, that is old. But then I forget that it's 1989. So it's only, I mean, 20. It's only, 20-ish years old. But he gets offended. He says it's the greatest dance music of all time. So then he does the pony. I'm trying to do the pony. He does the mashed potatoes, whatever. And then he does the twist. And he tries to teach them the twist. And he tells them to do everything he does. Do it like me. Do everything I do. And he goes real low. Well, I think he just goes normal, and then he goes real low. And then he pulls his back, and he's like, "Ah!" And so all the kids go, "Ah!" And then he's in so much pain, he can't even, like, say anything. And he's like, "No!" And he's, like, waving his hand at him.
And they're doing it back?
And they're doing it back. And then he starts walking towards the kitchen, probably to get medicine. I gotta say it. He goes towards the kitchen, and they start following him, too. And then that's
he could be getting an ice pack.
Probably not. Probably medicine. Advil or something. All right. So then we dive into the episode where we start out in the kitchen.
Can I quick say something?
Okay, let's say.
Okay, I know we don't have like a lot of followers on social media.
Yeah.
But I really want to know who keeps their medicine in the kitchen.
Yeah.
If you're a kitchen medicine cabinet person, or if you're a bathroom medicine cabinet person.
Yeah.
I want to know so bad.
Yeah, we gotta
this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, we gotta get a poll going here.
Yeah.
It's amazing to have it in your kitchen though. Because then if you need a glass of water, you're right there. Doesn't that make sense?
No, because I pop the pills in my mouth and stick my head underneath the faucet, and I'm good to go. Like a regular human being.
Yeah, get out of here. All right, so into the episode. In the kitchen, Carl is walking in with, and Rachel, Laura, Eddie, and Harriet are already in the kitchen. Carl is saying he doesn't believe what happened today. He just keeps like saying it, kind of. I can't believe it. He says
everybody's getting nervous.
Yeah.
He's getting mad.
Did you get a water bill? Then he says his partner Bert up and quit the force.
Oh, did we ever meet Bert?
No. Oh, Bert, why'd you leave?
He ate all the donuts.
Carl, I'm getting a new partner. You keep eating donuts. But actually, he went on to pursue his dream of moving to Hollywood to write the screenplay he always wanted to write.
What?
Rachel should have been involved with this.
Yeah.
Bert. I mean, they could have come up with something big.
That's a great point.
Yeah. We haven't heard much of Rachel's writing job. Yeah. Now Carl has to break in a new partner. Harriet says he'll do a great job training him. And Carl says, that's exactly it. It isn't a him, it's a her. And Rachel and Laura are excited to hear that it's a woman on the force.
Yeah.
That's good news. That's great. And Carl says, sounds great in theory, but when he's out there with his life on the line, he'd rather have a man out there and not some woman that he feels he'd need to protect.
Okay. You know how there's some parts of these shows that you were like, I don't want my kids to watch, or I have to explain to them?
Right.
Okay. So when this part came up, I was like, I don't want my wife to watch this part. That's all it was. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that was one of them. Yeah. But Eddie chimes in. Next thing you know, they'll want to play football.
I'm getting uncomfortable when my wife is in the room right now. And not laughing.
Right, yeah. And the guys laugh about it. Do you remember Carl?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He's like,
You're so dramatic about
yeah.
it.
And Harriet stares daggers at Carl, and then he shuts up. And Harriet starts asking why he thinks a woman can't help him in the line of duty. He says that they're smaller, not as fast, and lack upper body strength. And then he's struggling to try and open a jar of pickles.
Because during this whole montage thing, the pickle jar is getting placed down. Yeah.
Passed from person to person.
Has Kelsey ever had to open the pickle jar for you?
No.
I don't believe Megan's ever done that.
No.
I think I've always been...
You've been the upper body strength guy?
Or I just throw the pickles away. I just don't do anything.
Yeah. Well,
sometimes those pickle jars
they are tough.
Are a son of a bitch. What are they doing?
I know.
Oh, they put super glue on that shit?
They need to be that tight.
Dude, I always feel so manly, though, when I get that pickle jar popped open.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just always feel manly. I'm like, yeah, I do that.
Damn right I'll open this for you.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't struggle too hard.
Sometimes I really do.
Yeah. Sometimes she loosens it up for me, I guess.
She probably does.
Yeah.
It better make Kenny feel good about himself for once today. After he's been folding clothes and washing dishes all day,
Yeah.
I'll make him feel like a man.
For once in a damn life. And Harriet takes it from him and opens it like immediately.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Was that good? Yeah. And Laura says she can't believe it. Her own father is a chauvinist. And Eddie says, a chauvinist? I thought we were Baptists. And everyone looks around in unbelief of his stupidity. Like, really? You're that stupid? All right, new scene. Mother Winslow and Rachel are chilling in the living room while Harriet is dressed like a maid dusting the coffee table. Did you notice how...
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Why are we degrading her so bad?
I know, it was really awkward.
And Rachel's reading a novel or a book, and then...
She was reading a novel, a trashy novel.
And what was Mother Winslow's knitting?
Yep.
And Harriet was doing all the work.
And then she's in the, blue maid's outfit. It just looked really awkward. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Yeah. Hey, that's what she wanted to wear. In comes Carl, and they ask how it went, and he said, great. Oh, they had to go to a liquor store that was being held up, and Vanessa, his new partner, not Vanessa, not Jesse.
Yeah, I'm getting confused because was Joey holding it up too?
Yeah. No, his new partner, Vanessa, tackled and held down the guy while he cuffed him. Wow.
Well,
she held him down.
Well, he probably had no problem.
So they all say, having a woman partner isn't so bad, huh? And Carl agrees and says it seems to be going just fine. Now he wants his bowling shirt, because apparently Vanessa is one of the guys.
And this is the first time we found out Carl bowls.
Yeah. He looks like somebody who'd be down at our at our alley.
Yeah. What, Strike Force. What a great bowling team name. Strike Force.
Oh, yeah. Apparently Vanessa is one of the guys, and she's a weightlifter and a bowler, and she's taking Bert's spot on the team, and she's coming to pick him up in a few minutes for bowling.
Harriet, where's my bowling shirt?
You ever have to yell that at Meg?
Oh my god! It's like in every. I always think it's stupid when I'm watching TV shows and they do that. I'm like, oh my god! But then I realize I do it every single day. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm like, Meg, where's my toothbrush? It's in the same spot as always. It's just in the house. I just don't know where anything is in the house ever. All right.
The ladies make a little joke about Vanessa, maybe assuming since she's a bowler, she may not look the best.
That is so wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is not right.
Yeah.
Bowlers are fit.
Bowlers are great-looking people.
I mean, look at me.
But the doorbell rings, and it's Vanessa Greer, Carl's new partner. And to describe her,
I know. How are you going to describe her?
she is wearing...
I'm lost for words.
She's wearing a super low-cut bowling shirt, and she's like stick thin.
Yeah.
Well, the ladies are pretty much speechless,
Yeah.
as we are. And Harriet, looking
Like a maid.
in her drab get up here, introduces everyone, and Mother Winslow says, "Wow," a couple times.
Yeah.
Then Carl comes in, and Vanessa says, "I'm feeling hot tonight," which I just thought was really awkward.
Weird.
Yeah, and they say, "Strike force!" Woo, 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 woo.
Like, I didn't know. They have a whole thing.
They just met. They just found out she's gonna bowl, and they already come up with like a handshake.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. We gotta start doing this. Teams would be scared of us.
Oh, hell yeah.
Then they leave. And once they leave, Harriet says she seems nice, and it's nice to see Carl and her getting along so well. And she's not saying it totally like sarcastic.
No. Yeah.
I think there was like a hint of like a little worry, but for the most part, she seems okay.
I don't think Harriet's worried right now.
You know?
No. She was a police officer, so she understands.
Yeah. But then Rachel says, "That woman is gorgeous." And I think Mother Winslow says, "Wow." Again.
Oh, yeah.
And then Harriet shows just a little worry. Now, new scene in the kitchen the next morning. Basically, everyone is eating breakfast, and Eddie tells Laura it's her turn to clean up. They have a little back and forth and do a coin flip to determine whose turn it is to clean up. And Laura tricks him by saying, did you catch it?
Yeah.
She says, "Heads, you clean up. Tails, I don't." And he kind of thinks, and he's like, "Okay." And of course he loses because he can't win.
Yeah.
And
it was heads.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he says, "I always lose the coin flip."
Yeah.
Why do it?
And nobody, like, tells him.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Why are they so mean to him?
I know. He's so,
I love Eddie.
poor Eddie. He's never going to catch Uncle Jesse.
Yes, he will. There's hope.
Yeah. Down comes Carl, all dressed up. He's in like a full suit and tie,
Yeah.
like super sharp.
He's looking good.
Yeah. Best dressed he looks better in this one than he did at the Columbus Day
parade.
for the safest driver on the force.
He does. He really does.
Yeah. And Harriet offers to make a big breakfast. He declines, saying he's watching what he eats. He just wants a coffee. And Mother Winslow asks what he's all spiffed up for. Now spiffed up. We had spiffed off last week, and now we got spiffed up this week. And he kind of laughs, and he says, "Nothing really, just a stakeout. 12 hours sitting in a car drinking cold coffee." And Harriet says, when he went with Bert, he just wore a nasty shirt and jeans. And he says, "Vanessa has made me realize that a police officer should always look their best." He says that he and Vanessa have a lot in common. They both like physical fitness. Come on.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anyone. Then Rachel asks how the rest of the force likes her. And he says they love her. I can't imagine why. "She's an asset to the force." And Rachel says, "We noticed her assets when she walked in." And Carl says that that's a sexist remark. Just because she is good looking doesn't mean she can't be a good police officer.
It's true.
Yeah. He says when he looks at her, all he notices is the police uniform. Strictly professional. Then he like shows concern about looking thinner because he's like, "Do these stripes make me look thinner?" And
Yeah.
Carl leaves. Now Rachel basically tries to get Harriet jealous about him being alone in a car for 12 hours. Mother Winslow basically says she is thankful no women were on the force when her Sam was. But Sam was a good man, and she wouldn't have worried. Just like Carl's a good man. But she goes on to say, "But we don't know anything about this Vanessa. She could be a sex-crazed vixen."
For Carl!
Yeah.
For Carl?
Hey.
You never know, I guess.
If she's a sex-crazed vixen,
Yeah.
could be for anyone, I guess. I don't know.
Yes.
But
Carl!
yeah. It's a stretch. now the kids, we're a new scene, now the kids are in the living room, and Eddie is staring at Paula Abdul dancing while the girls read.
What's the song?
Set up that time and you remember me forever. Oh, oh, oh. That's
But Eddie is
oh man, he is into it.
He's like like those cartoons with eyes, like go boogly,
Staring at Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and Laura shuts the TV off, but Eddie is still like mesmerized with the blank TV. And Rachel comes down and she's confused why Eddie is staring at a blank TV. Judy says, "That girl can really move." So good at her lines. And Rachel says, "I remember when I could move. Now I just read."
She has became so old in like, what? This is the 8th episode now?
Ninth
episode? Oh my goodness.
But now we're in the kitchen, and Harriet and Mother Winslow are folding laundry, and Harriet holds up a sexy bra top.
Yes.
And says, "I didn't know Rachel had such exotic taste." And Mother Winslow says, "She doesn't. That's mine." It was so tight. Like,
yeah.
I can't even imagine Mother Winslow.
Who's putting that? Because it's what do you call those things? I want to say croissant. A corsatchel?
No.
Something.
Corset.
Corset. It's a corset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's strapping that on? Steve? I bet it was Steve.
After his bath. Anyway. In comes Rachel with more laundry. Because she had just come through the living room seeing the kids. And Carl still isn't home. That's 4 nights in a row he is on a stakeout with Vanessa. Harriet still says she has nothing to worry about. Carl gets plenty of love at home.
Ooh. Why did the audience go crazy? I went crazy.
Ow, ow! Putting Vanessa next to any man is like putting a kid next to a candy shop. That's what
Rachel.
Does Rachel say that? Yeah, I didn't write. But Mother Winslow, because Mother Winslow chimes in saying, "And we know how much Carl loves candy."
Why are they so adamant on, like, there's such, like, Carl is not a bad guy.
I know.
Why are they trying to worry Harriet so much?
I guess I think the suit thing really made them, like, push to be like, Harriet, come on.
Yeah.
Something's going on in his mind. But Harriet says enough is enough. She trusts him, and he isn't out with some sleazy woman in a hotel.
At a sleazy hotel.
Yeah, at a sleazy hotel. Just then a key drops out of Carl's pants that she was folding, and it's a motel key. Louis' Love Grotto, room number 3. What a great name for a...
What is grotto mean?
I don't know.
I didn't know either.
Sleazy hotel?
Yeah, I guess I didn't know what a grotto was.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of reminds me of like Ray's Motel down.
Yeah.
But Harriet looks a little worried after that.
Yeah.
As would probably anyone. I would hope.
Yeah.
But commercial. And we're back from the commercial. Harriet says, there's a reasonable explanation. Mother Winslow says, maybe they aren't his pants. And then Rachel says, there's a Twinkie in the pocket. So there definitely is. I forgot about that.
Yeah, a Twinkie.
It was like wrapped up in like aluminum foil. So weird. Harriet still doesn't doubt Carl. She says, I'm going down to the motel to prove it. She's clearly worried.
Yeah.
And so now we're at Louis' Love Grotto, and it has a like heart-shaped headrest thing for the bed, and like everything's ready. It reminded me of the motel that on Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
That Lloyd and Harry are at. Like it's like
a
love shack.
Yep. Did they have? I mean, they obviously had those back in the day.
Probably. Right? You think they have them now? We should have filmed this.
Oh,
recorded
my
this.
Gosh.
We should have recorded at like Ray's Motel.
Yeah,
so we were gonna...
that would have been awesome. What? It's probably only like $20 for an hour.
An hourly rate.
Yeah.
Don't they say that in here too? That there's an hourly rate?
It says it on the keychain.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Low hourly rate or something. But Carl is sitting in a pink chair across from Vanessa, and they're playing cards. Gin! She wins. She wins gin. And so she actually says, do you want to play something else, like go fish? And he's like, yes.
Yes.
And she says, Carl, I have to tell you something. And did you kind of get, like,
Yeah.
is she going to, like, hit on him?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I thought so for sure.
Well, wait, hold the phone. You didn't talk about what she was wearing.
Oh, I didn't.
I mean, it was like a leopard print short skirt.
Yeah, short skirt.
A black
little jacket thing?
Yeah, low cut.
She was.
Oof.
But, I mean, he's dressed pretty fine, too. I mean, they're on a stakeout.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah.
Sorry, Kenny, I wasn't looking at Carl.
Right.
All that time.
I could tell you the crotch part. Anyway, she said, Carl, I have to tell you something. I wasn't thrilled with having a male partner. I'm always getting hassled or hit on. But with you, I feel comfortable.
That's good.
That's great. The phone rings. He answers the pink lips phone.
He looks like so disgusted by it.
He does.
Dude, you've been on the stakeout for how many days now? Like, now all of a sudden?
Yeah. It's Phil from the police force saying Vanessa's mic keeps cutting in and out. She starts talking to her boobs. And it's like, it's a necklace or so, like it's something in her boobs, basically, the wire. And he's talking right in her boobs. And he's, Phil, can you hear me? Phil, are you there?
Yeah.
Are you in there? I think.
Yeah.
She says the wire must have come loose. She lifts the back of her dress for him to fix it.
Yeah.
It was like,
oh my.
I was watching, again, I'm watching this, and Elijah's right next to it. I'm like, do I need to turn this off?
I was getting sweaty. Like,
were you watching this late at night again?
No, I wasn't. During the day.
Okay. He's all flustered trying to figure out how to help without, like, touching her too much.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And he now says the plan. He's like, okay, so we get the diamonds. I check them out and give you the signal. Then he leans in to talk to Vanessa's boob mic and says, they look real to me. And she asks him to loop the mic wire.
Wait, why did he say they look real to me?
Well, because he's going to be talking about the diamonds.
Oh.
So they look real to me, but
but
he's got to say it near her boobs to get it on the mic. And she asks him to loop the mic wire through one more time. He goes to do it, basically like hugging her from behind.
Yes.
And then they hear like a jiggling of the doorknob. And Vanessa like freaks out thinking that the guys are here, that they're waiting for. And Carl somehow gets his Twistoflex caught in her cross your heart necklace. And in comes Rachel and Harriet to a scene of Carl right behind her, which would be super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, and they
it's really good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Words can't describe the funniness of the situation. And they can't believe what they're seeing, and Rachel is flabbergasted. Harriet asks what they're doing, and he says, working. and Rachel says, well, that's a new name for it. And Harriet says, Carl, how could you? For 20 years I've given you all my love, and this is how you repay me? And she yells at him and Vanessa. What does she say? She says,
Rachel chimes up first and calls her
floozy.
A floozy, that's what it is.
Yes. And so then
and it's weird because like Vanessa's a cop, so I would be like, yo, back off.
Yeah, like seriously.
Like, what the hell are you guys doing here? I'm not a floozy.
Yeah.
But she's just like, oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, come on. Use some real police talk.
Yeah.
But they kind of yell at him and Vanessa, and Carl and Vanessa are upset, showing Harriet the money involved in taking down these bad guys. And they explain the microphone, and Harriet says, "Whoops." That's like it. And Carl says they need to leave because any minute these bad guys could get there. And just then, a knock on the door. So he rushes them to the back room, like the
bathroom.
Is it the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And Vanessa and Carl take their position. They're all fixing her boobs up and flaunting it a little bit. And Vanessa opens the door, and it's Mother Winslow.
Yeah!
And she starts yelling at them both. She calls Vanessa a home wrecker.
A hussy?
A hussy, yeah. She's whipping out all the stops here, and she grounds Carl for the rest of his life. While he is telling Rachel, Harriet, and his mother to leave.
Yeah, because don't they come out of the bathroom?
Yeah, they come out because they realize it's Mother Winslow. And so, yeah, he tells them all to leave. The door is wide open because Mother Winslow left it open.
So when they come out of the bathroom, like, it's just funny because Rachel's like, "Did you see that hot tub in the bathroom?"
Oh, yeah.
It was like, yeah.
Awkward. Yeah, but, so they open the open door. Two guys come walking in, and they look thuggish.
Yeah.
I mean, they're up to no good. And Carl stops talking to, like, his family, and he's, like, all nervous because he tries to, like, "Oh, these people were just leaving."
Yeah.
And the bad guys they shut the door and go, "No one is going anywhere." And the other bad guy looks at Rachel, like, up and down, because he, like, walks and he looks at a couple of them. He makes some joke about Mother Winslow.
Yeah.
Calls her grandma or something, and she's like, "I ain't your grandma."
Yeah.
And then he looks Rachel up and down and says, "Who is this? You are one fine-looking lady." And
Vanessa's standing right there, who is
also a fine-looking lady. Yeah, he completely ignores her and goes to Rachel, but to each his own, I guess. And Vanessa tries to get, like, back on track with the trade. Now she tries to get back to being a cop.
Yeah, and I guess these robbers or guys are like, pretty normal for this guy to have his family here.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, so Carl says into Vanessa's boobs, because they show the diamonds, and then they, like,
Carl's
kind of examine.
looking at them, examines them.
And then he goes, "They look real to me!" He's, like, rating her boobs. And then they're, like, waiting, because that was the signal where Phil's guys were supposed to come bash in right when he said it, and no one comes. So then Vanessa looks down and says, "They look real to me, too!" and still no backups coming. And the bad guys are onto them. They're like, "What's up? There's something's fishy about this." And so they're onto him, and Carl...
Now they're onto him.
Yeah, and Carl kind of keeps talking to Vanessa's boobs, and he's like, "They really do look real, really real to me." And they want to get out, but Carl quick says they're under arrest, and he grabs on a guy and starts cuffing him as the lady... Like, I thought it was so stupid, because he grabs one guy and gets him, like, super quick, and then, like, Harriet, Mother Winslow, and Rachel are all, like, with their purses, like, hitting the other one. But he was a bigger guy.
He was, but did you see how Vanessa just got tossed?
Oh, yeah, she got, like, pummeled for a weightlifter or whatever.
Yeah. She got thrown against, like, a desk in the background.
Oh. Yeah. And, so the ladies are hitting him with purses and stuff. He flings Vanessa across the room and pushes Harriet and Rachel down. And then Mother Winslow is close to the door. And as he's running, she grabs his arm, flips him onto the ground, and then Vanessa runs over and cuffs him. And she's like, "Nice move, Mama." And Mother Winslow says, "You should have known me when I had two good hips." He's so awesome.
I love that flip too.
Yeah, it was a really good flip.
Yeah.
So now we're back in the Winslow's living room, and everyone's there except Judy and Carl. And Rachel is telling the kids, you should have seen your grandma. And Mother Winslow says, Sam taught her that move. And the kids go to bed after a couple jokes about Grandma beating up Eddie. I can't remember all the jokes, but they were pretty good. And Rachel says, what happened tonight would make a great novel. Huh? So she is still
thinking about it.
Yep. But the last time she wrote about the family, she pissed everyone off. So she better not write about this.
Yeah.
Said,
this would even be worse.
Yeah. Yeah. And they say you could call it Kung Fu Mama. Stupid. Harriet says they could have caused a big mess by going there at all. Both Rachel and Mother Winslow say she should show more trust in Carl.
Yeah.
And Harriet's like, she stares daggers. She's annoyed because she did trust Carl, but they're the ones that convinced her to go there. Then, basically, they kind of apologize because Rachel says, I guess I've been reading too many trashy novels and it made my mind wander. I don't know,
yeah.
But I love this part. Because then Harriet says, you two should go to bed. And Mother Winslow says, I'm too wired to sleep. And she looks at Rachel and goes, let's go ring some doorbells and run. And then her and Rachel run off to through the kitchen. They're gonna ding dong good because they're too wired to go to sleep. I love it. In comes Carl, and he says they finally booked him. And I can't remember all the stuff he said. Oh, because he says the one bad guy wants to press charges for police brutality because of Mother Winslow. And Harriet apologizes for showing up there. And now the music begins, boys.
Guys, get up.
It's been a while. Carl says he's kind of flattered that after all these years, she still got jealous. Kind of does something to his ego. And she says she's really sorry. But once she saw that key, she lost it. He says she's the only woman in the world for him. And they kiss and hug and say, I love you. She says, I just wish there was something I could do to make it up to you. And he kind of thinks for a second and says, well, there is always Louis' love grotto. And he pulls out the key. And he says, we have the room until tomorrow at noon.
No!
And they laugh. And then she says, I'll race you to the hot tub. And they both sprint out the door. And that's the end.
Oh.
It was great.
I love that episode.
Definitely deserving of a 7.4.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah, but now, trivia time. Carl's new partner, Vanessa. The actress's name is Olivia Brown.
Okay.
Do you know much about Olivia Brown?
No, nothing.
Neither do I, but I know 3 little things.
Oh, sweet.
She actually also played an undercover cop on Miami Vice from 1984 to 1990.
Really?
But also in her real life, so Olivia Brown's brother is Steve Brown, who was a cornerback for the Houston Oilers.
Oh.
So, little interesting.
Yeah.
And she shares a birthday with you.
What?
She was born on April 10th.
No kidding.
Yeah, she just happens to be 27 years older than you.
Oh, wow. Wait, how old is she now then?
60.
Oh.
So, probably not looking as fine as she did back in the day, but...
They're real. I don't think I'd be saying that into her boobs anymore.
No, probably not. But yeah, and also, another little trivia. Did you happen to notice the bad guy that Mother Winslow flipped?
No.
He's a dad from a show that you and I used to watch occasionally. I don't know if you watched it as much as I did. I loved it. Have the DVDs. Have the whole complete series on DVD.
Smart guy?
Nope. Kenan and Kel.
Oh, no way!
Mr.
I've been
Rockmore.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He was,
awesome.
Yeah. So it's such a good show.
Who loves orange soda?
Kel loves orange soda. Yeah, good show. But yeah, he was the dad. I thought that was pretty
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
When he came on, I was like, Elijah was next to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, that's a dad from a show that I used to watch. And it was bugging me, but I was taking notes of the show, so I'm like, I'll look it up at the end, but I'm going to figure it out, and I couldn't. I had to look it up, and I'm like, damn it, it's Keenan's dad.
Elijah was probably like, Dad, chill out,
He didn't
dude.
care, yeah. I'm like, I love that show, and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Can you make my popcorn now? All right, so that was my trivia, nothing crazy, but what is on the mind of Alex in this episode?
Honestly, the whole episode just got me thinking about pickles. Got me thinking about pickles. I love...
beginning?
Yeah. I love me some good old pickles.
Pickles are good.
What kind of pickles do you like?
I don't know.
Like, I like crispy, like gherkin pickles.
Okay. I like the hamburger ones, like the ones you put on hamburgers.
Oh.
Those little ones?
Yeah, the chopped up ones.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I really get. I don't like...
What? You don't eat pickles?
I know, I should. I really do love pickles.
I like hot pickles, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, it got me thinking about them, so I went and grabbed some pickles right out of the fridge and started eating them.
Why didn't you bring some?
I ate them all. I ate a whole freaking jar.
Wait, you had Megan open the pickles for you to eat the jar?
It wasn't going to go there. But yeah, as I said before, my new segment.
Yeah. Bedtime stories.
Bedtime stories with yours truly, Alex Gallard. So I don't think a lot of people know that we've been on a bowling team together for a very long time.
Very long time. What was the first year we started? You started bowling after I broke my arm.
Yep.
You took my spot on the team.
Yep.
And that was 2000. Well, I broke my arm in 2008. So 2008.
Yeah.
You started.
And we were the gunslingers.
Yeah. It was the gunslingers.
Which I think is pretty great name.
Our logo was sick too.
Yeah.
We had Chuck Norris holding a gun inside of a bowling pin. That was awesome.
That was really cool.
Yeah. Then we
teamed up with our dads.
Yep.
Huber and Eddie.
Yeah.
And our brother-in-law Aaron.
Yeah.
So then we were the Weekend Warriors.
Yep. We went to the Weekend Warriors.
Yep. Which our dads were always the Weekend Warriors.
Yeah. For years and years.
And then we as Kenny doesn't like it.
No, then we changed so Huber left and we got a new guy on the team.
Oh yeah.
Seth came on the team and we became Blossom Land Accounting.
Yep.
For his business, which he should chip in money. We just mentioned Blossom Land Accounting on our podcast.
Yeah. Come on, boss.
We better hit the bus up. So yeah, we became Blossom Land Accounting. Then we dissolved. That team dissolved.
Yep.
And now we are
Alex's Veggies.
Yep.
Which I don't know if people want to know, but
if anyone doesn't know,
my job. I say I'm a stay-at-home dad, but my real job is I farm and have a vegetable stand called Alex's Veggies.
Yeah.
So
here
that's what we are now.
Yep.
So that's a little story time.
A little bedtime story on this Friday night.
Everybody, finish your beers and go to bed now. Can we mention you brought
Oh yeah. So I brought to the studio today. I brought my Full House DVD house set.
It's awesome.
It is
I remember these came out.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I kid you not. Yeah, Kelsey got this for me. We weren't married yet. We were engaged. So I was 21. It was my 22nd birthday. She got this for me, and I was like, "What? Like that's crazy."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, seriously, like that's ridiculous because I think that's probably expensive because nowadays full complete series of DVDs aren't that expensive, really.
Right.
But back
then
this was whatever.
Well, plus I mean the box making it look like the Full House.
Yeah.
Kelsey, you did a great job.
Yeah,
it looks amazing.
But I also I mentioned it a couple weeks ago, and had to dig it out of my golf bag. But I brought my Full House flask.
Yeah.
And it's a little worn from water.
You've been using water, he says.
Well, I had to clean it, all right. I didn't say this real quick. Our next episode of Family Matters is False Arrest.
Ooh.
So, false arrest. So I'm excited for next week. All right, so thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of TGIF Renegades.
Coming at you!
Sounding more like George of the Jungle. Watch out for that tree. All right, we're happy you stuck it out again and listened to this. If you're hearing us say this right now, you deserve
a full house, a sip out of that flask of yours.
Yes. If you stuck it out. All right, please continue to join us every Friday for a new episode. And you can hop over to tgifrenegades.com and you can find out where to listen to us or where to see which social media venues we're on, because we're on a lot of places.
Everything.
Yeah. And also, don't forget you can watch Family Matters or Full House on Hulu. While we're rewatching them and reviewing them, you can tune in and see. I mean, you could watch False Arrest before we do.
Yeah.
And
you can be like me and steal Kenny's Hulu account. Oh, hold on, though. I got called out because I also steal my sister's Hulu account, too.
Oh, well.
So I steal both your guys' Hulu account.
Oh, cool.
So she called me out on that. I gotta say it.
Yeah. That way, you can keep up with the craziness that is this podcast and what we review on it. So, and then you can keep us in check like everyone that's related to us appears to be doing.
I love it.
I do too. You gotta keep us in check. All right.
So, like we always say,
thank
God
it's
Friday!
Hey, Kenny, grab me another beer.